Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Phil here. I have had quite a great time recently. I went over to the Rocks in Sydney, and that's a great market where you can get all sorts of things. And I'm compiling the video. I got some nice candid shots, so it's one of those ones that you have to possibly even put music to. But whilst I was, just putting all of that stuff together, and I also got some, I got some rocks as well, some some opals. You'll see all them possibly in a later video. Whilst I was figuring out what to do with all of that, though, guess what? All my Christmases seem to have come at once. You've got this card, so you can see that and look at that if you're interested. Now I'm getting rid of that. And I have these. Not showing you all of the things because I don't, something security, I don't know. I'm not sure who wants to steal my identity. I am so poor. But, I've got that and I've got this. I've got this. Right. So I've got plenty of packages here. I didn't mean it to happen this way. Just as an aside, have a look at this. That's a footprint. Oh dear. Just so that you know. See that? It says registered post. I'm trying to keep my address out of it. Says registered post. Does registered post require a footprint? I don't know. Maybe it's the footprint of approval. But what I also decided, with your permission, guys, is I've got a knife here and I've got some scissors here. And this package, as you can see, hopefully completely unopened. All of them are like this. So I'm thinking it's kind of fun to literally make this as candid as possible. And so with your permission, of course, I will do this completely unscripted. If the camera angles are bad, the camera angles are bad. That's it. We're just going to have the proper reaction this time around. I'm going to react as I should. So your oohs and ahs will be my oohs and ahs. So are we ready? Let's go. Russian dude. All right, here we go. So I'm trying to make it. It's harder to do than it looks. I might move this camera back so that I can actually literally do it from here. So here we go. So I think this one, oh, I remember this one. Yeah, so there is a couple of people and a couple of auction sites online, and of that, there's a dude by the name of Paul Sadawi, I think his name is. Him and a bunch, and his family, I think, actually own an awful lot of the opals that are sold in Australia, in case you're interested. So this is, I'll show it to you dry first. This is fossil opal. So once again, we can actually see what's going on here. This is a 2 hard basket. Well, here's 2 hard basket, yeah. What I'm suggesting here is, I'm going to move these over here. Wood, mostly wood, I reckon. What do you think? Okay, let's just stick it in the water. Oh my goodness. Can you see that? Oh wow. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. Are you glad I went for candid? Look at that. Oh. Do I have to do anything with this? I don't think I do. You just, put it into a ring or something. Look at that. That's astonishing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, when I was bidding for this, nothing like that was on there. Nothing like it. Oh, that is just amazing. Okay. Well, candid reaction it is. I think I'm keeping this tape no matter what, because that was pretty awesome. That might be a shell. But I'm thinking most of it's wood opal, don't you reckon? Okay, well, that's nice and boring. Might just keep it as is. Oh, look, there's a little flash of colour. Little flash of colour. What's this one? Okay, my experience says that opal formation, especially precious opal formation, is defined by sand. So that's a shell. That's sand. I would be highly tempted. Do you want me to scrape underneath it? I've messed with it on camera. I can't return it. Let's see. Can we see anything under this sand? I am always very, very curious as to what's under the sand. People miss so much. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. Maybe I'm, giving away the ticket to millions that I could have had. Oh no, I'm going to die a pauper because I told people about sand. That doesn't sound like a particularly realistic statement, does it? Okay, well, I'll look at that. If you want to, just tell me in the comments section. I will investigate this one on video if you want. If you want it, just tell me in the comments. But I think you probably want to see me carve this into a cab. I mean, who here wants to have a go at carving this one? I reckon a 3-year-old could do this one. Oh, wow. I think there's a crack here, but there's not much colour where that crack is. So maybe just cut, let's think about it. Cut down here where the alleged crack is. And I think there's more colour. Yeah, you can see that. The colour's actually moving just slightly diagonally down the profile of the opal. That's just so easy to cut. Yeah, 3-year-old could do this one. Who wants to have a go at it? All right, let's have a look at this. This looks like I was going to say it was a wood fossil, but it's not. It's a clamshell. It's just that the opal's turned clear. Now, what's cool about this one, I reckon, is the fact that if you just have a look over to the edge here, there's just the tiniest hint of green. So we've got the usual ethical issues that are involved when you're dealing with a beautiful fossil like this. What do you do with it? Do you keep it pristine as a fossil, or do you turn it into something pretty? I think my bent is normally to go for somewhere in the middle ground. I want to keep the fossil as it is if I can at all do it, but I'll also try and make it a bit prettier. So yeah, what you can do is you can mention in the comments section the timestamp and then suggest what to do. Now this is, I do believe, if I remember the description of this, this was all wood opal fossil, but this is clearly not. This is a belemnite. For sure, it's a belemnite. Just because it hasn't got the end on it. And these are always pretty cool because, oh yes, hang on, let's just, I can see that. Oh, come on. I'm so excited. It's very hard to do stuff. All right, here we go. Yeah, you can see there's actually, this one possibly has a nice surprise sitting in the middle there. And once again, I think that I'm going to try and preserve the fossil. And I think the easiest way to do this is a trick I've tried before. Basically, cut down where the sand is. Just cut along the sand. So there's a nice cleavage there. Just go zoom straight through the sand. And try and make sure that the sand meets up on this end as well, somehow. I think I can do it. No, it's on the wrong plane. Well, I'll give it some thought, figure out how to do it. But basically, cut along the sand. If I cut along the sand, I should be able to slice it open right where the opal is getting its most precious. Yes, my precious. So that's a good keeper. Finally, we found some wood fossil. Yeah, that's wood opal. You can see, like, let's have a real good look at wood fossil just to see what's going on here. You see crystal with some sand underneath it, which is nice and pretty and attractive. I think, personally, that people don't appreciate the sand that's in the fossils as much. If you can really get this clear, it looks beautiful. So I've cut a few opals. I might show them later that have done great with the sand. Actually, on the website that I sell opals on, you can see that. Anyway, that's beautiful. So you can see the crystal with a little bit of sand showing through here, but on the back you can see how the sand is nearly poking all the way to the surface. That's what identifies it to me as wood opal, usually. I'm sure there's plenty of other indicators for wood opal. That's just me. This one, I like these guys. And this also tells me something too, because I think this is also wood opal fossil. Naturally, it's a little bit, ooh, look at that. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? Can the camera pick up on what I saw? This bit has got, it's fairly directional, but how it's awesomely directional. Let's see if I can, I don't think you can see. Ah, yep, saw it. There it is. There it is. Look at that. Sometimes this is caused by a crack in the opal that's just underneath the surface, disrupting the thin film interference that's going on. But normally when that's going on, the crack is red. This is green. So I hold hopes for this. That, oh, Okay. I take that back. Look at this. I hold more than hopes. Okay, so just go zoom along there. This is once again, this is like an emo opal. It cuts itself. Um, it's, oh, it's amazing. So this guy, what angle do I even choose? This one, spoiled for choice. So basically, there it is. There's your face, just rounded into a dome. Possibly even, yeah, I know. See, this surface here is shining like blazes as well. So cut it down here. I've got two opals. I've got two 3 or 4 carat opals sitting there. Have to deal with that. Maybe it'll turn it into 3 opals. But either way, wow, that's just astonishing. Okay. All right, let's have a look at this guy. This video is already 10 minutes, so maybe I should do 3 parts to this unboxing. Now, this is fascinating in its own right, but like considering all the other opals that I've just been looking at, this is boring as all else. Oh, look, there's a little bit of purple. Boring. Moving on. So let's have a look at this one. Yeah, once again, purple is probably one of the more common colors. If you disagree, there's a comment section. Just tell me. I'm just looking at all of this stuff here. There's sand in the middle of it. That piece of sand there is identifying it as a wood opal fossil for me. Once again, there is a comment section. I'm not sitting here as the arbiter of all knowledge opal. I am a soil scientist, and I understand a lot of what we call pedogenic processes and what makes your thumbnail dirty. Yuck. Sorry, guys. Pedogenic processes. But as far as opal's concerned, like your guess is just as valid as mine. So, you know, maybe someone's got some really good knowledge. Go right ahead. Go into that comment section and tell me about it. I'm happy to sit there and research it and go, oh, yeah, you're right about that. So I can sit there and say whatever rubbish I think is true, and you can correct me. Go right ahead. Anywho, I'm not sure what the angles of the... Yeah. Okay, so you can see this part here is oversaturating on the camera. It's nearly oversaturating in my eyes as well. So, yeah, that's realistic. If ever you've tried to buy opals online, you can see oversaturation. Definite wood opal here. Wow. It's just beautiful. But it's nothing spectacular compared to these other ones, isn't it? That's amazing. So, yeah, it's good. Ordinarily, I would be quite happy with it. Like, I mean, let's compare it to the previous ones. I've still got them here. Yeah, they're pretty good, aren't they? Yeah. But it's sort of that. It's on that caliber. Anywho, nice fossil. Another wood opal fossil here. Oh. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Honestly, look at this. This is just amazing. Transparent all the way through, and then you go this side. It's so darn directional. I am going to have to cut it straight through the middle. But gee, look at that. This is going, like, I'm enjoying it, but this is going to be trickier to turn into a good opal than you'd first think, because these really, really clear fossils are not exactly easy to turn into a decent gem. But I've got a little trick up my sleeve. If you have a look, let's go straight in. Can you see how inside there's a little landscape going on? I reckon I should cut it so that it highlights what's going on inside. That'd be cool. And this, I reckon, yeah, I've seen a few of these which have got these central veins in them. If it is indeed wood opal, you know, someone might be able to tell us it's wrong. This texturing on the outside, it just looks so wood opal-y. But that vein, that tells me that whatever was going on 120 million years ago was a little bit different. Your average dicot has got a series of transports for xylem and phloem all around the outside. This looks like it's got one central thing. Yeah, that's boring, isn't it? Moving on. Pretty. Okay, let's have a look at this one. This one has clearly been someone's tried to rub it up. So this is a hospital rub, what I call. Essentially, a hospital rub is something that someone's tried to rub up and they've gone, no, I can't be bothered with this. And they've sold it on and they've gone on to bigger and better things. But these ones are kind of fun. Now, what I've noticed here is the texturing has remained, and I'm thankful for that on this side. I think the reason why they gave up on rubbing it is because it's just a little bit too translucent. I think that there's just too, it'll not have enough light going through it, basically. It'll have too much light going through it. It's not like a black opal. It's kind of a black opal-ish, but you won't get that amazing pop that you get from black opals. But I reckon if I don't touch this part here, if I don't touch it, the rough texture shows through. Let me show you. Can you see how that rough texture shows through on the other side? So maybe I'll be able to get away with polishing it up, leaving the rough texture on the back, and letting it letting just the opal shine for itself. I can put that into a setting like that. It's nice and safe. What I could do is then turn this over, and you can see that there's a sandscape that's hitting at the back there. So I'll cut this off, display the sandscape on this side, display the sandscape on this side when I cut this bit off. So I've got 3 gems in that. Beautiful. Yeah, maybe sometimes I make the gems for my own amusement rather than actually whether they're marketable or not. But I'll like it, regardless of whether anybody else likes it. Tell us what you think in the comments section. Is this piece being done? No, I don't think so anyway. Ordinarily, I'd say, yeah, quite nice. But I've just been blown away by what has been going on here. What I am going to do now is I am going to stop this video. Here it all is. Tell me your favorites. I really don't know what to choose. I mean, honestly, this one is a pretty good one, but there is a lot to choose from here. There is a lot to choose from. I am absolutely stunned at the amazing amount of awesome that this is. I did not buy this for much money. It was overlooked in the auction. I think less than $20 US. I'll tell you in the comments how much I paid for it. And guys, whoever sold this to me, like, I've seriously ripped them off. So maybe you should go onto some of these auction sites and start bidding, because it's almost criminal to buy them cheap. All right. So what I'll do is I will cut this out. You might get this as 3 in 1, or you might get it as 3 installments. Who knows? Anywho, Dr. Phil out.